Hi students, hopefully you are having an amazing day. I'm Muhammad Naeem Amin Bhatti with the second lecture on film narrative and film genre. In the film world, the film genre can be categorized into many of the categories with the perspective of the narrative. It should be on the storytelling, on the plot description. It is important to do this through that the film can be presented or sold to the correct audience. Most film genres contains the particular conventions or the codes. For the examples, in the mystery genre usually ends with the mystery solved. A film can fall into the more than one category or genre, etc., and it may be a combination of few and all of these categories. Some of the main genres are analyzed in the following slides. As we can see, the drama, and drama is actually a type of the narrative which describes us in the dialogue form and through the indulgement of the different characters and their specific habits, etc. So this genre is the broadest genre from all. It usually deals with the in-depth character development and explores the real emotions, and at the same time and at the different times also. It can also be subcategorized into the crime drama, which discuss the crime and adventurous thoughts, the historical drama, which describes us the historical figures, the docudrama, which is actually a documentary, romance drama will be a love story, and comedy drama about the laughters, psychodrama about the psychoanalytical situations of the hero or the heroine or any protagonist or antagonist, melodrama, the one act drama, and tragedy drama, which consist of the chaos, the destruction, or such type of the things which makes us unhappy at the end. If we talk about the actions and adventures, that is a main genre of the film theory and the films. Action is basically the movies are quite similar, and both can be action movies contain the protagonist who is usually in a desperate situation. This usually contains the car chases, the explosives, the fight scenes, etc. And adventurous movies usually contain a protagonist who goes on the quest for the journey in order to accomplish something. If we talk about comedy, comedy is basically a broader perspective. It consists of the laughters and its aim to make the audience laugh. This can consist of the parodies, and which satirizes the mocks and mimicry of the other characters, romantic comedies, comic fantasies, which are some types of love story, the comic horror, the movie which makes us frightened, and the comic science fiction. Sci-fi means that science fiction. Crime is basically the genre focuses on the crime being committed or have been committed. Sometimes it recounts a criminal account or a path to solving the crime. Like often falls into the action, adventures, mystery, thriller of the genre. The subcategories are detective stories, murder mysteries, the legal thrillers, and also the gangster type of the stories. If we talk about the fantasy, it is actually the story is usually based upon the supernatural thoughts. Something like that, many animations films fall under this category. This can be divided into the contemporary fantasy, the dark fantasy, the fairy fantasy, the fantasies about the legends, the fantasies about the science fiction, and the mythical fantasy. The examples are here, you can see the Avengers, Avatar, and such stories like that, and films and movies like that. We talk about the historical narrative and genre of movies. This is usually based on the real event or a person or a version of a historical event, or simply a fictional story set in the past. It is exemplified that it is some type of the subgenre which includes the biography of a historical figure. It might be autobiography, and it should be historical fiction, and sometimes the stories are fascinated according to the writers and according to the demand of the society. If we talk about the horror narrative of the film, and this genre is main aim of the frighten the audience. It is usually by playing on the audience emotional thoughts, suspense, shock, or the violence. This can be divided into the ghost stories, the monster stories, the occult stories, such like which consist of the religious philosophy such as the demons, witchcrafts, and the demonic possessions, the slashers, and the survival horrors. The examples are here visible to you all. If we talk about the thriller or such type of genre of movies which contains the fear and excitement, it often mixes up with the drama, mystery, horror, action, or adventurous genres. The subgenre are psychological thriller, the disaster thrillers, the crime thrillers, and the technical thrillers, which are often called the techno thrillers. We talk about the romance. All the romances are approximately the love stories. These are the genre usually focuses on the characters, relationship, mutual attraction, or about a woman or man's attraction. The romance genre can be categorized into the romantic comedy or rom-coms, romantic dramas, romantic thrillers, romantic actions, and chick flicks in the broader vision. If we talk about the science fiction movies, it is extremely similar to the fantasy genre. However, this genre uses the scientific understandings, like it is also called the sci-fi movies. This usually coincides with the adventures and the thriller genres. This can be subcategorized into the apocalyptic and post-apocalyptic fictions, the comic science fictions, the social sciences fictions, and the space opera. Different movies are depicted here for examples. And that's it from today's lecture. If you have any question, you can ask to me in the comment box. Until the further lecture, it's goodbye from me.